6 months ago, I decided to stop smoking weed. I have not smoked weed since August of 2025, and it is now January, about to be February of 2026. And I wanted to share my experience on this process and what has been the benefits of not smoking weed. So, as a lot of potheads and people who have smoked weed, you know that when you smoke weed and if you're an actual head, you are absolutely addicted to this drug in that you are not okay with it. I used to smoke several times a day, morning time, evening, nighttime. I would try to smoke so I could go to sleep, and I was heavily addicted to this drug for 8 years straight. And I decided to stop this past summertime. And the benefits have been absolutely amazing. And I want to tell you guys, if you guys have goals in your life that require an extreme amount of effort and you think that you're going to be smoking weed and you're going to get there, I'm telling you that you are absolutely lying to yourself. You're bullshitting yourself. Take it from somebody who has been working 50 plus hours a week for years, has had their own place, that has waken up between the hours of 4 or 5 a.m. for a lot of my jobs. And I smoked weed throughout this whole time. And I'll tell you that I have way more energy now. My head is completely just clear and I feel so much better. And this was something that I should have done years ago. This is coming from somebody who truly believed they would never stop smoking weed. Like, there was a time in my life where I legitimately thought I could not stop. I thought that this was something that I would continue till I died. I thought that it's just insane now because it's something that I haven't done in over half a year, and I don't plan to ever smoke weed ever again. And again, if you guys have very extreme goals right now, like my goals right now, and the time that I have to sacrifice and just the absolute just clear headedness that I need to be present in all these spaces that I'm in right now, it requires me to be sober. It requires me to have a level of discipline that I have not had throughout the past few years. And if you're somebody like me and you were smoking weed, like, I'm a very active person. I was working out a lot. I was making pretty good money while, doing this drug. And, I always told myself it was harmless and it wasn't that big of a deal, but it really inhibited me from making just better choices in my life, opportunities. Like, I would be sedated a lot of the time, and I couldn't speak clearly and just put out my thoughts, and talk to people in a sober consciousness. And this shit really started to bother me as I got older, and it was just one of those things where I knew for me to get to the next level, I have to be sober. I have to be sober. I have to be clear headed, and I cannot allow this drug to take over my life. And a few years back, I was doing a job where I was making, between $1,500 to $2,000 a week as a 21-year old. Like, I was making, if like, that's pretty good money. My rent was about 1,200 at the time, and I had food expenses, that kind of thing. But I was making really good money, and I felt fine. It wasn't like anything was bad, and like this drug was controlling me where I couldn't live my life. But now with my goals and what I want to do in my life is just so much more grand, and I know that I can, and I know that I can do it. And I'm telling you guys, if you're watching this and you smoke weed and you do pretty well for yourself, you could be so much better not smoking weed. You could be so much better, and you guys have to, like, when I say you guys, I'm talking to myself too, like, because this is coming from somebody who, again, who didn't think that they could stop. But you have to understand that you doing this drug or any drug, drinking, having a lot of sex, talking to lots of women, it's going to cost you your potential. There's so much more that you could do. There's so much more that you could be. And if I were to go back, I wouldn't smoke weed. I wouldn't have been going to the clubs. I wouldn't have been, messing around so much with different women. And this is a whole, again, I'm not going to get into that whole, of my other vices because this video is specifically about weed, but it's going to cost you your potential and you could have done so much more. And I don't want you guys to get to an age or just a place where you're like, damn, like I wasted so many years and I could have been doing so much more because again, I was working 50 plus hours a week. I was working out 5 to 6 days a week, but there's so much more you can do. And I'm not talking just work wise, but just being involved in shit. Like a lot of the times I would smoke and I would just be at the house chilling and I would fall asleep a lot and take naps and just fuck around honestly. And if you're somebody who just wants to make a lot of money, you want to be somebody that's just involved outside of work in a lot of different whatever is important to you. It could be community service work, it could be, certain social groups and that kind of thing. When you smoke weed and you're always just sedated, like you don't really want to go out and do shit. And there's just so many experiences and just life that I missed out on smoking weed. And yeah, like I just came on here to tell you guys it's the best decision I ever made. I should have made it years ago, and I never plan to smoke weed ever again. I never will smoke weed ever again. Like I truly believe that it's not something that I want. Actually, just the thought of smoking and drinking all that shit, like it makes me like sick right now. Like where I'm at in life, like it makes me absolutely sick. And I love that feeling. Like I love being sober and I love not needing anything when I wake up. So yeah, I just came on here to give you guys my 6 month update, and this is gonna be something I continue forever. I smoked so much weed, spent so much fucking money on so many ounces of weed that could have been put to so many different things. I could have traveled and went to so many different countries at this point. I could have put it into a business that, would have been fully developed at this point. And I wasted it. I wasted that time. And you might be thinking, oh, I'm 20 years old, I'm 21. Me myself, I'm 26. Like, oh, I got time. But I want you guys to know that time goes by so fast. It goes by so quick, and you don't have time. You don't have time to squander. You don't have time to waste. Like, you have to get to it right now, and don't waste your time. It's not cool. It's not that cool to be smoking weed and oh, I worked out and I worked this amount of hours, like, or I go to school and that's good enough. Like, there's so much more that you could be doing. There's so much more that you could be, and it's one of those drugs again where just don't even start. If you smoke weed now, like just give that shit up. I'm telling you, your life will be so much better. What you want to do in your life, your dreams, your aspirations will be so much higher. Right now, guys, like on the weekdays at least, I'm waking up super early, 3:30 a.m., and I'm just getting to it and it feels so fucking good. And sometimes, yeah, like I said, it's when I was smoking weed, I used to wake up early, but it's not the same. Like I can't the level I can go at right now is completely different. So stop lying to yourself. Stop smoking weed. Just try it out if you've been smoking for years and you needed somebody who smoked weed for years telling you not to smoke weed. This is your video. This is your person. But yeah, guys, you guys gotta put that shit down. It's just such a waste of money and you're not relaxing yourself, all the anxiety and all that shit that you have. is just feelings that you have to deal with, and you need to deal with that. You need to face that shit. Like for me, all the stuff that came up to me when I stopped smoking weed, and all my thoughts and my I started dreaming again, and just the ideas that were coming to my head just felt so great, and I'm addicted now to that, having that in my head, because again, when you smoke weed, so much of your emotions and who you are is so dimmed. And this is somebody who's fully experienced that. And I used to disassociate myself, I would call it. Like I would go into social settings and I would have to smoke, and I didn't like being like present. And it's just something that you have to stop that shit. Like it will benefit your life, I promise you, and your output will be 10 times what you're doing right now. Even if your output is decent, you can do so much more. You can be so much more. But yeah, 6 months in, lifetime to go. I never plan to smoke weed. I'm not drinking at all for the whole year, too. I got very ambitious goals. I'm building up this YouTube channel. I'm working full time. My son was just born 4 months ago, almost 5. So I'm busy with that on the weekends. And let me give you guys a tip too. Just stay super busy. Like be busy, have intention with your life in every minute, every hour of what you do. If you don't have a schedule right now, or you don't have things to do, create a schedule for yourself. Create something that you want to do with your life in all realms of your life, and you won't feel like you want to smoke, because there's literally no time to fucking smoke, and just chill out and do that shit. So again, stop smoking weed. This is John the Only. I'm sending blessings always. Peace.